Alright, hey, it's Joni from Fox and Socks. We're going to be working on some nails today. I just want to let you guys know I went back through with that warm pink wash and I did a second layer on Leo because he needed it. And then I went over all their blushing again with it as well. And I'm going to end up having to hit her cheeks again. As you can see, she doesn't have a whole lot of color on them. And I'll still be working on her lips. We're going to do a little bit of yellow on her nose. And then we're going to be working on some detail on her eyelids as well as those nails. So we're going to get started with the nails first. And what I've done is pulled the warm pink color and added some thinner to it. And now we're going to put some thinning, the Irresistible Thinning Medium. Okay. And we need to get it nice and smooth. And I'm going to start with a good pea-sized blob. And we'll go from there. We don't need a whole lot for this color. I mean, seriously, because those nails are very small. What did I do with my glasses? Oh, no! I set my glasses somewhere. I don't know what I did with them. Well, that's not fun to figure out. Well, I put them. Oh, there they are. Yay! Sorry about that, guys. I thought they were sitting here. They're underneath some stuff. Okay, so I've got it nice, and some spots are a little bit runnier, which is what we want. A little bit more in there to wet it. Okay, we're also going to be using this for the eyelids. Go ahead and get started. I want to use, what did I do with it? No! Okay, this is an acrylic nail brush. I got it off Amazon, and it was in a pack with other acrylic nails and some of those. Let's see if I get them handy. No, I don't have them. Oh yeah, it came with it comes with these, so hopefully that'll help you out. They're like little daughters. So some nail brushes. Okay. And then we're going to, hopefully you guys can see. Kind of bring it down just a little bit, hopefully. Okay. And what we're going to do is go right underneath where we would put the white part of the tip. Like a cat. What are you doing? Oh, she's a weirdo. Whoops. Okay. And this. Just kind of cleaning it up, and then I want to drag it back across. I'll do that a couple of times, and this just darkens the nail bed a little. That's got some fuzz to it. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna do the other ones the same way. You guys probably couldn't see a thing I was doing, huh? I don't have my smaller light available right now. My phone is needing to be charged, and I'm using one of the ports for the charger. I'm trying to fix this light. So the one light had to be taken. I'm going to try to keep it clean. putting a lot of pressure when I drag it. Really like this warm pink color. It's red with that light purple. And what this is doing is darkening up the nail bed. Oops. And giving it kind of a smoother finish because of the thinning medium. I just love the Irresistibles mediums. I haven't tried their paint yet because I have so much of the Genesis. I probably won't be needing any paint for a while. When Genesis was going off the market, I bought a bunch of it from McPherson's before. They may still have some, I don't know. This was like a year ago. There's Phoenix paints and BC paints that you can get from Dolls by Sandy. Oops. The Phoenix paints, you'll have to go to the Phoenix website. And then, you know, Dolls by Sandy has the BC paints. And let's see, you can do other ones. Oh, Pratt's paints from Bountiful Baby. I do have some of their paints and they work really well. They're comparable to Genesis colors. But these mediums, I'm so happy that they formulated them. I like them just as much as the Genesis. Oops. Let's try that again. For some reason, I'm having trouble with this one. It's so tiny. Such a tiny little nail. Ugh, let's do a little more on this one. Guys, we are getting so close to being done with these babies. I'm excited. So we're working on some details today. And then the next video, we will be varnishing the kit. And that will get the head ready for hair. Like the eyebrows and the hair. Which is my favorite. And just a reminder, trust the process. Whenever I'm doing hair, it always starts out kind of a mess and an ugly stage. If you guys don't like my style of hair, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to do that. You can leave your babies bald, or you can root them, or follow along with someone else that does the style that you like. My hairstyle is not like anyone else's that I've seen, and I really like it. I mean, I took a hair penciling class. I don't know, man. I'm gonna either have to practice a whole lot, or it just didn't sink in. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It wasn't a waste of money. I mean, I did learn some techniques, but and I'm just, I'm at that point where I'm like, man, this is not for me. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe just like instant learning, which I should know better. Nothing is instant learning. And we're going to be hitting this again one more time after we do the tips. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to... Because the camera is like literally right here underneath me, but I've got it positioned where it looks better if I move it away. Now, have you noticed I'm not daubing it because I'm using this little paintbrush here, you can tell. And we're also going to be going over the little cuticle areas too. So we're going to hit them and make them look good. But just like the rest of the baby, I mean, the nails are just something you have to build up over time. Kid. I was feeding them their treats this morning, and this little kitten here, she decided that it wasn't enough treats. So she tried to grab my hand when I was putting the lid back on the jar, and she poked a hole in my finger. You was rotten, that's for sure. You guys can hear her purring or not. Yes, I see you. Silly kitty. She's so loud when she purrs. And of course I'm not petting her right now, so she's a little more insistent. What do you want? I know. I know. Mommy's not petting you right now, huh? Sorry, I talked to my fur children. And yes, they are family. I'm sure most people who have pets, they consider them family. Whether it's lizard or feathered or purr pot. Yes, your little purr pot. I've seen some very affectionate bearded dragons. I had a friend that had a little bit bearded dragon, and it was the sweetest thing. He even let me hold it. From what I hear, I think they're like a one-person type critter. They like to be pet on the face. I don't know how snuggly they are, but they do have little personalities. Not really a big snake fan. Probably just because I'm scared of snakes. But I had a friend that she also had a tarantula, which was a big no for me. No, not into tarantulas. I don't know. Snakes I can appreciate, because they're pretty, but tarantulas are too much of a creep factor for me. And then, of course, my daughters had, like, hermit crabs and rats, and I think we had pet mice, and those I'm okay with. Of course, you can't really pet a hermit crab, but they're pretty neat little critters. And that nail is so tiny up in there. Okay. And this is Leo's little hand. We're already on Leo here. And you guys may be thinking, why are you taking the time to do this? We just blush the hand. Well, we're basically blushing just the nail, so the rest of the hand is not being touched. It was already blushed pretty well. Sorry, my glasses are bumping the camera. Oh, for some reason that just did not want to hold paint. I did go back through and put some primer on these babies because they were starting to get slick. For some reason, the paint is not wanting to stay on that nail. You see, it's quite a bit lighter than the other ones. To work on that to straighten it up. Silly nail bed. It doesn't look very dark either. But it's strange. But it's okay. Oh, fuzzy on that. His toenails are fairly dark, so I blushed him quite a bit apparently. Alright, there are the nails. I think. Did I do this one? I think I did. I remember doing curl toes. Okay. So we're going to work on her eyelids. And as you can see, I gave her a bit of a baby scratch. We're going to be doing capillaries. And then we'll go back over it with some purple. So with capillaries, they're just like little tiny lines. Try to make them dark enough to see, then keep them subtle. Feel free to look at like real babies. This usually happens in the birth canal, like there's so much pressure applied to the baby's head, and sometimes the umbilical cord gets a bit kinked around the neck. My daughter had like every capillary in her eyelids burst. She even had capillaries in her face burst. She was quite I don't know, I wouldn't say splotchy, but she had a lot of red to her tone. And of course, if they're too thick, you can thin them out. Okay, I'm not keen on this side, so give me just a second. Trying to get more of the thicker paint. Okay. Remember, we're going to go back over them with some purple, some eyelid purple, just to give them a little bit of more color. Alright, hers I'm going to do, and I don't plan on doing his. I'll leave his alone. I'm going to leave his be. But I definitely want some yellow for their nose. So, clean out a tray, a little palette thing. And some yellow. find my yellow. Almost dropped my entire paint. That would have been sad, huh? A little tackle box full of paint. Tackle box. I got it in the craft section at Walmart. Oh my gosh, at Walmart. So, brush I use for yellow. I'm gonna use a little darker than that. It's almost it. Remember, this is highly pigmented, so you definitely want to make sure you get it on evenly and blended well. Okay. That's good. Alright, you're going to need a little torn sponge. Toss these on. Okay. Torn sponge. And the way I do these is I paint it directly on. So I want it on his nose right there. And then I will use the wedge. Blend. I use the smaller part just because I want more control. I'm gonna tear the other end of the wedge. I'm gonna pounce some right there. And you want to hit the crease just to make sure there wasn't any paint that pulled. Now don't get into be such a hurry. We're going to hit those a couple of times. Get it even fuzzy. Get off there. Okay. Again with the fuzzies. Okay. Just a little bit there. There. It kind of gives it more of a jaundicey looking, like some babies are born. Some yellow on their cheeks. Oops. Do not want it there. I just want it on that fold underneath the eye. Oh, don't know if you can see it. Just a little bit of a yellow sheen. And now we are going to work on her. Oh my goodness. I can't talk right now, apparently. Okay. This is the blush. They're pretty warm pink. Okay. I just revived it with some thinner. I'm making her look rushy. On this side. Careful not to put it on the yellow. So basically I'm just drawing kind of little X's and marks. And if I want it more blended, I pounce. And if I want it more of a line, I will blot. Okay. I always put a little bit on their temple area. Smaller chin. Okay, and we're also going to do her lips. Let's see. Pretty sure this is the eyelid purple. Let's revive it. And if it's not good, then we'll make some different ones, some more. It's weird. I usually have all my brushes out. I use specific brushes for colors. It just makes it easier. Yeah, this is gross. We're gonna clean it out. Sometimes you just can't revive it. It's just too far gone. It's okay. It wasn't that wasted. A little bit. Let's see if I can find it. Violet purple. What do I do with it? Taller. Jar. There it is. Okay. Okay. Might need to thin it just a little bit more so it doesn't look so gritty. A lot of pigments. It's a lot of pigment in there. I'll clean out these spots. Just for thinner. Okay. Now, I need to bake this before I go over the capillaries on the eyelids again. So. Yeah, that's a lot better. Make sure this is thinner, otherwise you're gonna end up with gritty lips. Okay, be really careful about the cheeks. Black. The inside of her nose is fairly dark, so I'm not going to hit that again, but if you need to, go ahead and do that now. Her ears look good, so I'm not going to hit those, but if you need to blush them a little more, go right ahead. Creases look good, so I'm going to leave them alone. Okay, she is ready to bake. With it him, I'm going to go over his lips too. As you can see, he's got a little bit of a blemish on his top lip. I really did his lips red. Kind of making it look like he's been sucking his lips. Let's see here, where's my... There it is. Really get in there. Okay. Just gives it more of a tone. Inside of his nose I want to hit again. Try not to disturb the yellow, but if you do, it's okay. Just put it back on. Let's do his cheeks too. Probably should have done them after the lips on Emmy. Winnie, not Emmy, Winnie. I just want his cheeks a little bit redder. Okay. Okay. These guys are ready to bake, and then we'll make another video.